Thanks for tuning into the first episode of the Austin Public Library podcast edition of Aural Literature. Aural Literature is a monthly program that takes place on the last Wednesday of each month at the Terrazas Branch. The program typically features 4 of Austin's local writers sharing their work through a public reading. Episode 1 of this podcast focuses on local writer Glykon, who was instrumental in creating the Aural Literature program itself. No suggested the name Aural Literature for the program, and he also contributed the artwork that is used in the Aural Literature graphic. No has been active in Austin's lit scene, giving public readings of his stories and poetries at establishments like Flood, Malvin Books, and has been a staple at the Chain Drive's Thirst Thursday event. No has published zines, a book, and has recently completed a book that is pending publication. This first episode of the Aural Lit podcast features a play that Glykon recently wrote and was first performed in early December at the Badlands on Chacon Street in East Austin. The play features 2 characters as well as a cat, but only one of the human characters has a speaking role. The music you hear in the background now and will hear throughout the play was composed by No from his project Cloth. The podcast edition of Aural Literature is intended to focus on the work of the writers and stray away from traditional interviews. Here is No to introduce his play.
I'm Glykon. I wrote this play entitled He Might Have Been Bit by a Dog or Something. It will be recorded by Jason Costanzo.
Oh, hey, man. So, what you been up to? I've just been chilling out, working on this short play for Hannah's Gutter Show thing. I showed the current edit to her. She said she liked the cat. That the last minute could be cut. I don't think that says much about the play. See, I wanted her to say something about reality, like melting, dripping, oozing through the walls. You know, I fucking bought this record when I was in college. See, like, I used to buy albums that were on labels that I liked, because there wasn't the internet yet. Like, I don't know, I didn't really have any other way to learn about music otherwise, you know? See, so what I would do is, if I found a band, well, bands were on record labels. You know, labels would have catalogs, and the catalogs would have all the other CDs, right? And CD stores still existed back then, right? So then I would just go to the record shop, and, you know, I'd just shop around until I'd find bands from the catalogs. Yeah, and there was mail order too. When I got to college, I don't know, well, I started listening to rock. You know, Union were good. Well, are good, I guess. So Union led me to labels like Pop Bus Direct Line. And like, Union-like bands made up the entire Pop Bus catalog, so, naturally, Union and Union-like made up my entire CD rack, right? At first. don't know. A union, I don't know. They became boring. You know, so I listened to Prince for a while. See, then when I got back into rock, it was bands like Color Front, right? Because I don't know, there was like a directly a direct evolutionary line between Union and Color Front, right? I don't know. Eventually, all bands started to sound like Union, I guess. I don't know. It wasn't so much that I branched off into like all corners of indie rock and like some experimental music too. You know, it's just like all corners of indie rock and some experimental music too was just like devoured by my idea of what Union sounded like, right? I do not want to go into work tomorrow. You know, when I go out in public, there's just a lot of death. You know, like spiritual death, emotional death, just everything. It's just a lot of death. You know what? It's not even a matter of believing. You know what? I feel like I have to walk into every situation like almost like as a comedian does. You know, just looking at everything as a joke. You know, I have to go into every situation with every single person that I interact with and expect the worst situation possible and just try to figure out how to make it good, you know? It's the only way, right? It's the only rational response. Trust me. Trust me, I've tried to live all different ways. I don't know, okay. So there's different types of jokes, yes? Look, jokes have different functions, like, you know, you can turn it around, like it's inspirational, you know, like you can treat that as an inspiration. Okay, well, not like a joke, but like a challenge, you know, like the challenge becomes the joke, yeah. I don't know. You know, I've been testing this theory out a lot ever since I started working downtown at the soup kitchen. Not on the clients, you know, the hungry people, you know, on the people that I work with, you know, who are actually, you know, more challenging than the clients are, you know. I actually feel much more natural around the clients than I do around most of the people that I work with, you know? Man, I dig this song. You know what? You know, maybe I should ask these guys, see if they want to do the soundtrack for my play. So anyway, there's these ex-military guys up there at my work, and like, who are just like extremely patriotic, you know, like there's fucking flags everywhere, like pictures of bald eagles, you know, artillery shells, like it's fucking terrifying. It's like the heart of darkness in some respects, you know. See, I see it because there's these like one or two guys up there who are just like extremely proud of their service, right? Like, who their entire ego is based around this service, you know? Just like, they're just like Chuck Norris or something. Like, they're just like so proud in this way where pride just becomes the center of this person. And that's it, you know? Like they can't see the world in any other way. You know? And look, I just steer clear of these people, you know? Like, look, you know, I say hey to them, right? I'm polite. I don't really engage them in any other types of conversation, you know? Unless, you know, you're in the bathroom or something. You're just like, hello, hey, you know? Look, because I know that the minute that I begin to interact with this person, like in any meaningful way, you know, they would size me up, you know, if they haven't already, which they probably already have anyway, you know, and I've definitely already sized them up. I mean, how could I not, right? And then we'll know, you know? We'll know that we're mortal enemies. Yeah, fuck. It's possible that guy likes Prince. You know, we could even bond over that, you know? Like, you know what? Things like that have actually happened to me. Like, in work situations before. Like, meeting people who are just, like, extremely different in all these ways. But it's just like, fuck, you know? I really like that person. You know, like at my last job at the flower shop I used to work at, remember? Like, see, there was this guy there that I worked with, and I just really fucking liked him, you know? You know, he was, like, way older than me, like, he was probably close to, like, 60, and, like, he was just really fucking weird, hilarious dude, you know? Like, he was, like, super, like, hyperactive, you know? Like, he was always, you know, bopping around, saying all this funny shit, you know? He had this really funny accent, you know, his way of talking, you know, and you know what, he was like this super ultra conservative hardcore Christian, right? Like ultra, you know, just he was the Jesus freak of all Jesus freaks, right? He was just, you know, extra super crazy, you know, conservative about, you know, political shit, you know, just real authoritarian type, you know, just really gung-ho, believes in the police, you know, just fucking hardcore right-winger, you know. But you know what? Me and him, very quickly, like, me and him became like this comedy team, you know, like super just hardcore, you know, because like, he would just say this shit to get me going, and, you know, we would just start, you know, bam. Oh, man. Man, you know what? I fucking love this guy, man. Like, he was just so funny, you know? Like, you know, he was really different than me in a lot of ways, but, you know, he was just really on the ball, you know? He was hilarious. His name was Roy. Man, you know, I don't want to do anything. Really, like, I think I've directed my whole entire life towards the single goal of not doing anything, you know? It's like the not reading, not making shit, not hanging out, not anything type of not doing anything, you know? Oh, shit. Hannah just texted me. Oh, get this. Told Connor that you were making a play, and he said that it made his day. Oh, that's nice. I'm sorry. Do you want a drink? Alright, yeah, I'll be right back. There you go. Look who I found. It's John Malkovich. Oh man, you know, when we got John Malkovich at the animal shelter, like they told us his medical history, right? They said that when they found him, he had a really bad injury to his scrotum. It's like, I don't know, like his ball sack was just like ripped open, like his balls were just like hanging out, you know? I don't know, like something just must have happened to him, I guess. I don't know, like he must have been bit by a dog or something, I don't know. But yeah, when they found him, it was just... oh. Man, so when I got him, and I brought him home, you know, I just told him, look, dude, I am never, ever going to let anything like that ever happen to you again. You're safe now. Man, you know, I felt so sorry for him, like, cause, you know, he's such a sweet cat, right? It's like, when I first saw him in the shelter, like, he just came right up to me, you know, and he just, like, sat in my lap, and I was just scratching him on his chin, and, you know, he could just sit like that on me forever, like, he just would not move, you know? I guess it was just like love at first sight, you know. Yeah. Oh, you're taking off. Alright, man. Cool. Well, hey, man. It's great to see you. Take it easy.
This concludes No Glykon's play, He May Have Been Bit by a Dog or Something. Be on the lookout and keep your ears perked for episode 2 of Aural Literature to hear more poetry, plays, and stories from Austin's writers.